Ebusianfo mi mo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Last week ena me ye announcement se me pese ye championi aspects se asembi ba ewo Ghana senia other platforms o mbekwa kofa politician no mo be ye politics ewo asem no. I want us to do something different. Inti no BBC a mo amotie me ebusianfo amotie me amoye expert no me nyaaya nka mo betro article na makenkan na nkrofo ehumo, you know, and all that. Na muni amokai emra chema wuntu mi case by no me ba be ready ya Melodies ebusi ni ba ko a oye law student ne article a wotroye. Some of you, I mean at the back no mo request say menfa article ne mamo ena me send mamo. The same brother I friend Daniel Gidi oye student, law student into oye LLB candidate. Now, wasanso throw article on another legal issue, and this is exactly what I want. What you're saying, legal issues be say ba. I want the lawyers listening to me. No, monso throw article, mo throw article. Niya, ebia mo law firms ni dine mo numbers. No mo debe tuja. For all you know, ebia no be tie yon hiya lawyer. Obe to me afre mo nenyama. So I want to encourage that. Okay, intino enra me the story about ko bremo say NPP or mo communicator about ko your friend KOKA. Court issue bench warrant amano because wakwako allegedly wakwako threaten the life of a EOCO officer bi. Enti yebra our law students atro a piece, an article, a legal article on this particular thing. Enti me pesi ye ready ni ye hwe nsem a yebra oka. Enti no the outfit no your friend the legal lens or see beyond headlines and into the law. And the first time we have subscribing and click the notification bell on so this our latest news be about Sabek. And this video is kindly sponsored by Corporate Logistica. Your vehicle management company ewa Ghana has said cars akesiye no cargo vehicles and as a cars kesiye na Michelle former Corporate Logistica no munye hu adwuma emma na omo abepe driver makano na omo ankasa amaka na ye adwuma na omo abeye maintenance o kan ne ho na wa kan ne ye ode no every month omema waketua 2 times. Into the answer who jaka na momo na every month bia wache waketua. Very very simple. 05980222033 on your mo entry komo. Now young concept name just say threat of harm and threat of death under Ghanaian law. Understanding sections 74 and 75 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960 Act 29. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I like this very much. Listen, I am very happy. Hey, I don't know. You guys, you don't know. If you really know me, I am very happy when there's an issue in Ghana and then an expert in that field is using that opportunity to write an article to educate us. It is our idea we are making idea we are making we need you rough because it is affording us the opportunity to learn. Ghana ya na nkrofo threatin obi oni obinya ntokwa wo de mebu eku wo de meye we no. Today we are going to learn what the law is saying about that. Intino LLB candidate, legal researcher and public legal commentator. And that is by Daniel Gidi. Anyway, I'll say recent public discourse has once again drawn public attention to the criminal offense of threatening another person with harm or death. Or say whether the accused is an ordinary citizen, a public official, or a politically exposed person, Ghanaian law regards threats to life and personal safety as serious criminal conduct. The law therefore seeks not only to punish such behavior, but also to protect citizens from fear, intimidation, and violence. What is threat of harm? Very, very simple. Now, Section 74 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29 provides that whoever threatens any other person with unlawful harm with intent to put that person in fear of unlawful harm shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. Also, in simple terms, a person commits the offense of threat of harm where he or she intentionally threatens another person with unlawful injury, violence, or any other unlawful harm for the purpose of causing fear. The offense is complete once the threat is intentionally communicated with the requisite intent. The prosecution does not have to prove that the accused actually carried out the threat. Let's move the discussion further to threat of death. Into tie Ghana mbra. Wasi so we be threatening obi a eni kwan say ye de nipa ko ne kokogina court wasi ye threat say nipa kro na wo threatening nipa kro no. Ade no waye eni kwan say o yansa. Into ni obi nya asem na wo threatening say wo me bu ekun wo me proud. We tie Ghana mbra. What threatening nipa kro no say obeye ne sa ade no eni kwan say wo ye ansa na police for chill. Once you say it with your mouth. Today we are learning things. So you be enya asem na hey wo de meya no de obehu de meya imbra to mechu. Ai Charlie is it Ghana mra o uni ma na uni mo you see the Ghana mra very wa obehu ne say eh na say ade we ya onam a wo ye ewo eye oman mu a ye jai wa uguswa eye no say uni za ade no create amra hwe ende yesian ade now let's go to threats of death. Okay, now say the law treats threats to kill far more seriously. Inti say o threaten obi say obe pra ne dia eno no yes etiamra but eno ne fele misdemeanor na tre say eye bone de na nso no enhye da anye bone kese sa na eye sa misdemeanor cases bi na ende His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebe passe embra mo na ebe ma mo aye community service no ana mo ne ebe mo aye community service no first no misdemeanor need say ebe ma wetua fine ana be kwa koda mfia sekra na ebia some months and some weeks and 1 year bi but isia no misdemeanor cases no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e passe mrana ebe ma wakwa kotiti gata bi mu for ebia 1 month ama ebe ma wado baby efu bi for 1 month what as a community service and a communal labor. Inti there's a threat of harm in the sense what threats of death. Inti threats of death no or say and no there the law treats it seriously. Enya dia emrano edidi agrokra. Etie for me, sorry for that. Say Melodies ebusiani ba kuna no frame. Now say what is threat of death? Or say the law treats threats of death far more seriously. Or say section 75 of Act 29 provides whoever threatens any other person with death with intent to put that person in fear of death is guilty of a second-degree felony. Tigana mrano Oko katro obi say obebu ne kuno obe ni bibie kuno ene ne de fa ne serious ene ne de eni kwan se nipa kron ne twen ma okuno oko throw text message you I'll find you I'll kill you hey why you bonny. It was a parliament deliberately classified this offense as a second-degree felony because a threat to take another person's life creates a greater level of fear and poses a greater danger to public order. The key element here is the fear being imposed on another in regard to the fear of death. What must the prosecution prove? Also, to obtain a conviction under section 75, the prosecution must establish beyond reasonable doubt that 1. The accused made a threat to kill another person. Enti say yede obi ekokogina court na charge yede bon a threat of death edien ene wo say prosecution no aban etumi prove police for then also mutumi prove ema judge no eka say indeed nipa kro we wo say chinitum 1 nipa kro no e wo say ehu ne say indeed or threaten say wo bekum nipa kro na na enti NPP akreya ife ni KOKA ya ye say wa threaten say wo bekum eye EOCO officer no say video wo ho na wo ka say wo yenimufie ye bekum a ni tiati. Because the first thing is that you prove that. Second, I say the threat was communicated to the complainant, whether orally, in writing, electronically, or through another person. Se nipa kro no send ye kan de ne tre no, o ka tre no wonanim se wo mekum. Ana o trauma no se wo mekum. O send ne text message e wo WhatsApp se wo mekum. Ana o ka tre obi fufuro so nkonko kan tre no, se assume sisi obekum. We di bonnet. The third one, the accused intended the threat to place the complainant in fear of death. So what can or can't so that to be boom. It is a need trim class up a so ye cry no I can't cry na. The fact say what boom ne dear and branding in the bedi. The threat was made without lawful justification. Also, the crucial element is intent. Mere abusive language, political rhetoric, or emotional outbursts do not automatically amount to the offense unless the surrounding circumstances demonstrate an intention to instill fear of death. One say, oh, obe to me ni obi kasa. Oh, I say, ni obi kasa na mosre. Oh, say, oh, kojo de obe kumi o. Oh, kojo de uye de obe kumi o. Oh, kojo me de me chiwa me de me ku ene de. One say agro hun se me no de. Ati ase. Obi to me ni oni o ebia oni ukunu bi ene de me yere me chiwa me ku o ene de. One say ebia mo was agro no. Ene ne de yen hu ne sa. But environment no say you charged. Ebufu environment nim to kwamre ene ne de enti ene se obi ka keke no. It was a guidance from Ghanaian courts. Ghanaian courts have consistently emphasized that the offense is not determined merely by the words used, but by the context in which they were spoken and whether they were intended to place the victim in fear of death. Case law gives us further understanding. For example, in Republic versus Wiafe in 2024, the Circuit Court held that intent could probably be inferred from the accused's words, conduct, and the surrounding circumstances, leading to a conviction under Section 75 after the court found that the accused intended to cause fear of death. Similarly, in Republic versus Donko Obrikwa at Niger 2023, the prosecution relied on evidence that the accused repeatedly threatened to kill the complainant while armed with a cutlass. The case illustrates that courts examine both the threatening words and the surrounding conduct in determining criminal liability under Section 75. Tinibakone kasa asem na, what was the environment? Ne ebufu mre ewo ho. Nipakone den na no kita. Na what you say, inti se embra na nkrofo buefu embra na eye charged environment. No kasa asem na, ene ebe hodi. Inti wa me examples cases mi enu Ghana ha. A wobi okanye embre bi a na okrase kan a watri wobi se obeden obekuno. Also, in another decision, Republic versus Godwin Kwesi Osei 2022, the Circuit Court considered charges including both threat of harm under Section 74 and threat of death under Section 75 arising from alleged threats made during a land dispute, demonstrating that the same factual circumstances may support separate charges depending on the evidence. Another case I used to ye and also will be assassin human son. Hey, me kun and also say environment no. As a threat against law enforcement officers. The law makes no distinction between threats directed at ordinary citizens and those directed at police officers, EOCO investigators, or other security personnel. Accordingly, where a person tells an EOCO officer, "We know your house, we will kill you," and the evidence demonstrates that the statement was intended to place the officer in fear of death, the conduct may amount to the offense created under Section 75 of Act 29. Whether a conviction ultimately follows depends entirely upon the evidence presented before the trial court. No person should be regarded as guilty until convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction. Yes, NPP ni KOKA wakwa, but he's going to have his day in court. Inti Ghana mratre se eni kwansi yebu na ten. Inti ejina aban so sende aban eko try no ewo court no ejina evidence aban elebekwa ko to judge nim. Na judge no edi asem no. Inti even though KOKA yentumi mbu na ten already because judge ene bebu na ten no case no eyade bi a very interesting. Now,
si yekoko hu say indeed KOKA wetiamra punishment ni yeden. Or say Article 1911 provides that a person shall only be convicted of a criminal offense unless the offense is defined and penalty prescribed in a written law. In that regard, threat of harm and threat of death, as defined by the Criminal Act, further clearly describes its punishment or penalty. And Emra me ready that time chairman to me ne lawyer attachia wakatre judge say yembo chairman to me nsemingu den no also can say be say Ghana mrane tre say emra no entre bone kroa yentumi nchi nipa kro no nti wo say mrane tro bone no na mrane tro de nipa ko na wo say yede ye no so this bone no nti that's exactly what our brother Daniel Gidi is talking about. Now see, Ghana mrana kasa about threat of harm and then the threat of death. Nti so okokoya e wo mremu emrana so threat okokoya now this abone na de ne mfan ye. As a threat of harm under section 74 is a misdemeanor. As a threat of death under section 75 is a second degree felony. Under Ghana's sentencing, or say under Ghana's sentencing framework for second degree felonies, a convicted person may face a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years and not more than 25 years, depending on the circumstances of the offense and the court's assessments of the appropriate sentence. Courts have imposed custodial sentences in threat of death cases while considering factors such as seriousness of the conduct, the offender's circumstances, and the interest of justice. Senior mekano, threat of harm need a misdemeanor. Now so threat of death. To KOKA will be say, oh dear, hey, me proud a threat of harm. And no senior mekano misdemeanor. And no at as yen shedan jelu bebre sa ebi abema wetu esike bi fine bibi. But threat of death need the least number of years I will be dim 5 years. Obe to me akwa dim 25 years inti KOKA ende. Oh yeah. Dear okan ye to me prove you or court say indeed. Or yes, na court e convicting na. Would dear gra with them 25 years. Conclusion: freedom of expression does not include the freedom to threaten another person's life. And you see, this is one of the reasons in here I can say, sa statement na about me eba be make no. It wasn't good for this country. Sa asemo about me because or no de onji ni se was ye chinipa because of nipa ko na asemo awaka no. Me can say it is not good for you know for peace in this country. Because obi kokoka say obe kun obi a say en num asem. Ba me person try say ni kwa say ye chinipa kro no. And the KOKA yi ye chini near convicting na NPP for abeba because of freedom of speech. But you see what our brother has said, conclusion, or the freedom of expression does not include the freedom to threaten another person's life. The Criminal Offences Act protects every individual, whether an ordinary citizen, a public servant, or a law enforcement officer, from threats intended to create fear of death, public office, political influence, or social status. Therefore, affords no immunity where the prosecution proves the ingredients of the offense before a court of competent jurisdiction. This is from our brother, Mr. Daniel Gidi, and his number is 0244917980. We hear legal advice and legal research beyond friend. 0244917980. O friend and our trend say melodies in a directive about. I like this very much. So tell me now your lawyer na send your makano asembiaba na opesen crofo. At I say I want you guys to start writing your pieces and then be sending them to me. I'll read it out for Ghanaians to know. At I say Ghana ni bia wutie me no book we eye asset ba ko a e wo se wo keep e wo fie. To book we ma wo ho to ma oba to ma obi biara osumbo e wo wabrabo mu wadamfo obi a opese odi ye wabrabo mu bia no to sa book we your friend the Ghanaian investor. Na sa book we bet show different forms of investment a obetumi aye e wo Ghana ha licensed investments. The first one is a emergency fund. Book we bet show send you set up emergency fund. Abrabo aye boy bibia betumi ato. If you have an emergency fund, ebeba na aba be save you. Oka betumi asay wo kwan so. Obetumi ayare, oba betumi ayare. Nini na emergency fund no ebe take control of all those situations. Book no besan so atre wa de bia ye fe endowment fund. A obetumi dia protect wo ho any future. Na sa endowment fund no nyame mpengu ukokonya accident na untumi nye adwuma bioma, it will take care of you for the rest of your life. Book no besan so atre send ya obe set up a personal pension fund. Enkrofo bebre eye adwuma wie equal retirement or more retirement we are no more about or set up a personal pension fund. That will not be your case. Most importantly, book we better how to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange. Now Ghana Stock Exchange investment, basically it means you are buying ownership of Ghanaian companies. Now Ghana Stock Exchange, it is one of the best performing markets in the whole world. A lot of people are making money from the Ghana Stock Exchange, but they don't know how to invest in it. Book we a better idea. Your investment be why a friend mutual fund. Book we better how to invest in a mutual fund. Now mutual fund you don't need to be rich to invest in a mutual fund. I remember an example. You find say wa ba fresh. Now what per license mutual fund Ghana has say opese odi usikashim. Say to me invest 500 cedis every single month. A Ghanaian mutual fund moi. By the time I will be 19 years now I done millionaire. You find say wa for CB we did 10. Opese that chibi odi every month for 500 cedis a mutual fund boom emano. By the time I will bano and our fast no obedi 29 years now oye millionaire. Wankasa utie me we di 40. Now so washa unye investment bia and no one say obey mutual fund every month for 500 cedis a shame. By the time obedi 59 years now when you 1 million Ghana cedis. Into mutual fund that is how it works. Small money every single month. By the time embre ebebano nesikano ayekese. Book we better sanya mani na. Sa ope book no ni PDF anase ni twi video a. Free. Anase WhatsApp number na ewo book ni so sisi a. Na sa we Ghana ni na wa brochure. Now pay hard copy of the book a very simple call Amazon. Na search for the Ghanaian investor. Place the order. Bibia obi a be shepe e di abrel. Medase.